my name's Kat and I've got Parkinson's. I was having my muscles massaged yesterday by Maud. She's lovely and she sorts my muscles out and does reflexology and things like that. And we always have a good chat about things, and we was having a bit of a laugh because, you know, an age thing, you know, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not bothered about what age I am, you know, it's never bothered me, but I was having a bit of a laugh with my nan, you know. She was a big influence in my life, and she died when I was 19, and she was a lovely lady, but she had a couple of funny little habits. She never liked admitting how old she was, and my dad paid for life insurance. Obviously, if anything happened, you know, he could pay for the funeral and have a nice burial, you know, things like that. Well, anyway, she had a boyfriend, and she didn't want Albert to know that she was older than him. So, you know, so she told a little white lie and said she was 5 years younger. That was all very well, you know, but when it come to when she died, bless her, the insurance wouldn't pay out because obviously she'd lied about her age, you know. So, you know, it just made me laugh yesterday, you know, that age is just a number and I shouldn't worry about what age you are, you know. Yeah, and the other funny thing, because of her boyfriend, she never liked to admit she had really bad legs. She had really bad arthritis, and I don't know why I'm telling this story, but it was just really funny yesterday, and Maud said, you should tell it, so here I am, telling it about my nan. But yeah, anyway, she had like auburn hair all in her hairnet, and she had really bad legs, like I said. And I said to her one day, I said, Nan, you're going to rest today. I said, your legs are hurting you. So I put a blanket over her legs because it was winter. I said, stay there, keep warm, you'll be fine. Anyway, Albert came in and said, are you off uptown, Edie? And she said, yeah, I am. I said, Nan, what about your legs? She said, there's no wrong with my bloody legs, she said. And off she went, out the door and down the road. And it just made me laugh because, you know, as soon as her boyfriend turned up, she was younger and fitter, you know. But it just funny the way some people think, you know. So, but my Uncle George was funny as well because that was my nan's brother, Uncle George. He always used to say, I'll have 3 sugars in my tea because they don't make it like they used to. So he was quite a funny character, and he used to say to her when she was cooking eggs, you know, what have you done to these eggs? And she'd say, well, I turned them right down so they didn't spit at me. He said, I can nail them to my shoe. He said, they're that hard, you know. But there's funny memories that you have when you're a child, and hopefully my children will look back at this and have a little laugh. But I used to find it fascinating listening to them going on at each other in the kitchen, you know. But I'd love to have her here now to ask her about all the little stories and things, because she used to make, in the war, she used to make bombs out of baked bean tins, you know, so just funny little stories. But my main reason, we'll get back to what I'm doing today's video, 4 minutes later, but my main reason for today is, I don't know about any of you, but I've been really struggling lately, not only with my dopamine levels, which is, touch wood, okay today, fatigue. I don't know whether Parkinson's fatigue is worse than normal fatigue or what, but as you can tell, you know, I look extremely tired. Just lately I have been, tell you what, I daren't sit down for long, and I apologise if I fall asleep doing this, you know. I daren't sit down for long because I'm just asleep. I'm just in and out of consciousness all day. Fatigue is the worst symptom, I think, you know. It's awful, uncontrollable. If you're driving, if you're doing something, I have to go home or stop what I'm doing, you know, because it just takes over me and you can't control it. It's not like a normal tiredness. It's uncontrollable. You just cannot keep your eyes open. And it's really dangerous, you know, and rude, you know. My eldest daughter came yesterday with her grandkids. I was talking to her. I fell asleep, woke up an hour later, and the house was quiet, and it was like, where'd everybody go? You know, I had to phone her up and apologise and say how sorry I was, you know, because she'd gone home, you know. I don't know why it's got worse just lately, you know, but it's really bad. So, you know, if anybody's got any ideas of how to make it better or why it happens, I'd like some, you know, a bit of help, because it's really bad. And I don't know whether it's all the heat. And next week, we've got another heat wave starting for 16 days. I've had enough of this heat. You know, I think I'm going to go live in Iceland, you know, where it's nice and cold, with igloos. But anyway, yeah, so just wanted to come on and tell you a funny story, and it's a bit of a different video today. Funny story, and just talk a bit about this fatigue. You know, it's really hard one, you know, but luckily they've turned me up to 2.9 continuous rate on my pump, and touch wood, it's better. You know, night time's a little bit dodgy, but during the day, you know, it's better, so I can get more done. But this fatigue is killing me. Whether it's because my medicine's been turned up, I don't know, but it's really hard, you know. And my meeting was okay. We only had about 5 turn-ups, so, which is nice little group. But obviously I've done some more posters, and my friend Helen, who helps me with the meeting, she's dished a load out, but she's gone away for the weekend to Cornwall to visit her auntie. So I shall get together next week with her and have a cup of tea. So, but yeah, I'm going to leave it there for now, because I'm going to finish my cup of tea and I'll probably have a little nap. I feel really tired, but yeah. Okay, love you lots. Bye for now.